Hello everyone, my name is Wyatt Long, and today I am here just to talk a little bit about my life story and my journey, and still continue to be a journey, and to find out of how I I always been, bi and a romantic. This journey wasn't like 2 years and I figured out who I was. It was a long journey. Starting back to when I was a kid and growing up. So, let's just start off with the common sense stuff. If you do not like people in LGBTQ plus community, just be mature and leave. Don't give me hate. Don't give me none of the God stuff of any of your religions. I heard it all. Screw you. I've been told I was going to go to hell ever since I was first into the church. And I got really into the church, or like the Christian Bible mindset, which caused me to have internalized homophobia when I was in 7th grade. Let alone having been in a culture where being called gay was worse than being called a Nazi. I grew up in the Midwest, in a red state. So, that should make things clarify. I do not say this stuff lightly. Also, before anyone says, I bet the teachers made you gay. No. Matter of fact, the first time I heard anything LGBTQ community, why it's coming from a teacher, the first time was in college. None of my high school, none of my middle school, none of my elementary school teachers and principals ever said that stuff to me. We were not taught it. The closest discussion I had, which at the time we didn't know exactly what was happening, was the bathroom discussions of trans. But trans was never brought up. It was, do we let men go into women's bathrooms? And that's it. Nothing about trans. That's the closest we got to it. So, with that being said, any other things I hear that try to force it upon me? Oh yeah, did Disney try to do that to me? Or these media, these liberal control media that I hear a lot of, or read a lot in the comments? No. As a kid, I grew up watching a mermaid kiss a man. A 14-year-old who was dead get kissed by a man. I grew up with a woman getting kissed by a beast. Lions kissing. Man and female. Lions, no less. I grew up watching straight media, and that's it. Anything else I want to hear? Precisely. I just knew gay was an insult up until high school. I had an ex, I'm not going to mention their name, who came out to me as bi, and I kind of give a hate for it. I was judged. I was afraid. Because my understanding was she was gay and straight. That's impossible. Oh, the irony. Because I thought you could only be gay or you could only be straight. I didn't know there was a term for bi. I didn't know you can date both. Because again, I grew up in a culture that if you do anything feminine, you wanted to paint your nails? Okay, I'm going to put a trigger warning. I will start saying words to prove my point. And these are things I was told when I was in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. You've been warned. When I was curious about painting my nails, I was called a clear. When I was wanting to go into dancing, the one ballroom and ballet and hip-hop, I was called a fag. When I was growing up, and I wanted to listen to Taylor Swift music, romantic movies and stuff like that. Even though I didn't get the lovey-dovey stuff, I thought it was decent movies or really good music. I was told I should be burning in hell. This is how I grew up. This is how I became homophobic of myself. I refused to accept who I was because of what I was told, let alone having a Bible teacher that was in school during school hours. Yeah, that was a thing in my school. Convinced me that not only my autism was a curse for my parents because they did something bad and sinful, they also convinced me that anything I do feminine, anything, even showing a tear, means I deserve to be burning in hell. Think about that for a moment. That was the environment I grew up with. If you wasn't the stereotypical, let's go get 'em boys, military style or wrestling or fighting or aggressive man, you would deem the F-Sword. I'm sorry, this is how I grew up. So, the fact that I still came out as bi and aromantic should prove to you this is who I always was. I was just being suppressed, pushed down into a model, a standard edition model that my school, my peers, and the environment I grew up with wanted me to be. Now that we got that stuff out of the way, because I can go deeper into it, but I don't want to unless I have to explain something clear to you. Let's start off with the most basic level. And I already made a video about this, but I'm going to just do a quick summary. How did I find out I was bi? Well, after being taught the word, and I realized it's a possibility I can like men and women, or trans people, or non-binary people, or agender, or intersexual. I got curious and I wanted to start looking things up. I looked things up really slowly because I was still being told, no, hell, 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 hell is an abomination. I mean, I thought I was supposed to love my thigh neighbor and stuff like that, not tell them that Bill was a piece of shit. But I digress. Overall, I just became more and more interested in things. And I started finding out terms I never heard of before. LGBTQ, senior year. I was talking to a lot more people. I went out of my way to help people who were in my band class, and my classmates, in my other courses in high school, and try to help them. Because of either being kicked out of their house because of the Christian or Muslim household. And yes, we had Christian and Muslims in the same school, because my school was fucking huge. My graduating class was 1,111 people. Not even kidding. So that gives you an idea of what I was dealing with. So, overall, I just down the hatch. Then I went to college. I was able to get away from all the stuff I grew up with. I got away from the church I was in, and it was actually teaching me a lot of hateful stuff. Secretly and hiddenly. From my parents. Because they knew if they can give me and my sister the talks away from my parents, it will make us want to bow down to God more. And I had discussions with the Bible teacher. The one that was trying to get me baptized and whatnot. And this is what they basically told me right to my face after they realized they could not trick me that easily. It's one of the few times I'm happy I didn't have an autistic moment. For some reason, when I was in that church, my autism became a lot more hyper-focused on what people were saying instead of just my own thing. It was weird. So, I basically tried to teach myself. And when I got away from everything and I was able to go to a college that does accept people, and they actually tried their hardest to remove that homophobia, it made me allowed to look things up in a safe space. And when I got a chance to look deeper into myself, I realized, in fact, I had crushes. And I'll explain more of that later, what type of crushes I'm talking about. On people who were guys. Some of which we were close friends with. But because I was so ingrained in my homophobia, I refused to understand and submit to that. So, I denied myself, that part of myself. And I told myself in 2021, I refuse to do this to myself anymore. I'm going to come out. But I knew there was still something missing. There was something that I just could not understand. Which was my aromantic. For those who do not know what that means, it means I have little to no romantic interest in people. Wait, how can you be in a relationship and not have romantic attraction? What the fuck? How can you be in a relationship and not love someone? What the fuck? Here's my question. Do you have friends? Do you love them? Will you date them? Precisely. That's how I feel with every single one of my relationships. I saw it as friends. Also, there's different types of relationships. You got parental relationships, which I hope to God you don't actually love them and want to date them and have sex with them. Jesus Christ, can we please move on from Adam and Eve? For fuck's sake. But I digress. I don't comprehend love like that. I don't comprehend love the same way a lot of people do. When people hear the word love, they think of wanting to spend life with that person forever. In a marriage, in a bond, in a holdage. I just see everyone as one of 5 things. Someone I would never talk to again. Neutrals. Co-workers. Friends or best friends. That's it. You may say that's a sad life, but to me, that works. To me, if I can't be your friend, there's no way I can be in a relationship with you. To some people, they can separate the two. And I don't know how the hell you can do that. Also, I just don't comprehend romance like that. To me, touching and stuff, like really, do I have to hold your hand to show love? Do I have to buy you the wings? Do I have to buy you the stuff? Do I have to constantly tell you, I love you, I love you, I love you, every day? No. To me, spending time with you is my way of showing, hey, I have respect for you. You are a friend of mine. When I spend time with you, that's how I do it. To me, being in a relationship is a complex thing. Yes, in a way, I see friendships as either you're a good friend, you're a best friend, or you're a best friend with benefits. That's literally how I see things. I don't see myself getting married, having children, or anything like that. And I'm still learning a lot about aromantic. It's just the one word that makes the perfect sense to me. Some people say I may be demisexual, which is like, I see it. It takes me a long time to get to want to do anything with someone. But that's just simply because I want to make sure that you're a friend and not just wanting to hook up with me. Because I do not want to do the hookup thing. I want to be in a friendship with you. That's ultimately what I want. I want friends that maybe occasionally we fuck. That's literally how I see sex. It's just another way of showing expression. It's not even that deep in my opinion. Like, it's weird. When I talk to a couple people like on YouTube comments or Reddit, in person in college, they told me, and get ready for this. This is gonna be a long word, but I am not going to confirm any of the other stuff until I know for a fact it's who I am. Because I don't like adding labels to myself because of my mental disabilities. I know the impact of it, of mislabeling yourself. That's why I want to be sure. I know for sure I'm bi, and I'm damn sure I'm aromantic. But here we go. They said I could be an ace, demisexual, bisexual. No, wait, no. Let me rephrase that. An demi, asexual. Yeah, an demi, asexual, bisexual. A couple of people said I could be pan because I said I am interested in trans people and non-binary, but I do have preferences, and that's the big thing. Bisexual doesn't mean two genders you're attracted to. It means two or more, but you know it's more than two. Also, the difference between pansexual and bisexual is basically bisexual, it's two or more that you have preferences to, but pan, you love everyone equally. And I can't do that. I do still have a preference to females, women, or guys, but I will not turn down a guy. Anymore, at least. And that's still because I'm still battling a little bit of homophobia in me. But it's way less than it was before. I'm still trying to battle because it was basically 12 years of my life I'm battling. So it's going to be a little while. That's simply how I am. I do have preferences. So yeah, I am definitely part of the LGBTQIA plus community. And I am not going to deny it anymore. I'm not going to lie to myself anymore. I'm still learning a lot about myself during this journey. But I know the bi flag with the arrow is who I am. Everything else that comes afterwards will be a surprise. So yeah, that's who I am. Happy Pride Month. And also, don't forget, for those who may be still watching, that's like Pride Month is almost over. We can go back to normality. Let me ask you a hypothetical, psychological, and philosophical question. What is normal in today's society? 200 years ago, slaves were the norm. 100 years ago, segregation was the norm. What's normal now? Normal is the thing that always changes due to time. So you can't judge someone based off of now. Because in 30 or more years, the normality that we know now will be out of date. So my question is, what is normal? Plus, it ain't like all of us are coming out this month and we go back to being straight. We're still here. 24/7, 365 days a year. 50 occasional extra day because of leap year. So, happy Pride Month. Happy to be clear. And I ain't afraid to hide things anymore. And be expecting in the next couple of weeks for the 3 flags I own now to be in the background. Because I got my asexual, my bisexual, which if you guys been part of the channel, you know the colors. And I have the Progress LGBTQ plus flag. I am an ally. Also, I am part of the community. Hope you guys understand the story. If you want a part 2 where I go even more in depth, which I don't think I should, because I try to keep things as lighthearted as possible, but that should give you an idea of my journey and my progress yet to come. So, signing off. Peace.